A touch of gold this Mother's Day in South Bend, Indiana, where the Great Danes of Albany carry America East Conference pride into a showdown with Notre Dame, the defending champs and top seed in this NCAA tournament, who begin on home turf.
He was absolutely on fire early on, keeping the Danes in that game.
Ready to go with the opening draw from Arlada. The officials, Josh Blaisdell, J.D. Doyle, and Tyler Harriman, with top-seeded Notre Dame on home turf wearing the white. By Darian LaPietro. A throwback for Pat. He's covered up by Sam Stratton. Feeded inside, quick stick, score! Devin McLean gets the Irish party started.
Kind of loose ball scramble. Pat Cavanaugh picks it up, gets his hands free. Operating in front of the cage, and that's just too easy. Albany has to do a better job off ball, matching stick for stick. Notre Dame will make you pay every time.
That pushed the Great Danes through to this matchup with the top seed. Hogg defended by Will Donovan. Change the point of attack. This missile rattles off the outside of the frame. Entenmann was there with the head of his cross. It's a reset of the shot clock to 60. Kesselring, no shooting alley. Richmond fires, kicked out of there by Entenmann, and the rebound scooped up swiftly by Ben Ramsey, an all-ACC short stick defensive midfielder. Looking for Richmond cutting inside. Whitcomb doesn't come up with the scoop. Follow-up chance that was rejected. Pfeiffer's inverted. Sneak here, stuff and score!
Wimmer does the nice job, and it's this subtle bend right here off the top bar. Beats Entenmann to get this game knotted at 1.
First round of the 2024 NCAA Division I Men's Lacrosse Championships on ESPN. Jordan Faison has it. Shifting gears, gets into the alley, pumps one on cage. It's fought off by the netminder Landon Whitney. Keep it with Albany.
Nice effort from Sean Light, number 90, Notre Dame.
Shot clock's at 5. Great takeaway check. Will Donovan. Riley Gray on the move against Shook. Feed it inside. Taylor scores! A beautiful bouncer off hip.
That no other team in the country can replicate. Riley Gray with the nice patient pass to Taylor with the sladink to the far post.
Pfeiffer off of a 6-point performance against Sacred Heart, drawing the early double. Richmond backpedaling away. Hogg lets it go. Kicked out by Liam Entenmann. Nudged away there. Good defense turned in by Ramsey. Another quick stick check from Bergmaster. Looking for the first time ground ball. Light gets it with help from Bergmaster. Looks for a more offensive-minded sub. 3 seconds, he'll go to goal himself. Let it go! Kicked out of there by Whitney as the horn sounds, ending the opening 15 minutes. Fisher Finley sweeps from the top. Jalen Seymour on the outside. That pass is picked off perfectly. There's Piscino anticipating with another caused turnover. Off the sweep, Wimmer will throw back. Richmond bothered immediately there. Conlon altered that shot. Light with a first-time scoop on the sideline. Dobson, feed it right back, Faison. Switch the point of attack on the curl there. Whitney straightens up nicely to make that save on McLean. McLean's inverted, the midfielder back behind the cage. Tries that jump shot. Whitney was stapled to the post.
Poorly timed checks. He's good off the ground. He's physically intimidating.
From the top, Angrick lets it fly. Snared out of the air. Piscino, who has 13 goals this year on the run. Fast break Richmond behind the back. Whitcomb, well played. Notre Dame getting back in the hole beautifully defensively. Napolitano with a steal. Marked by Darian LaPietro. Gray lets it go, he scores! Riley Gray.
The second goal from this second midfield of the Fighting Irish. offensive coordinator. And that's typically what you're weakest at, is passing with your offhand. And the touch pass to Taylor there just shows the development in his game.
Chris Kavanaugh angles in. Sidewinder score! McLean with a hot stick early.
Right here, Eric Dobson sweeping across the field to Kavanaugh. And then McLean does a nice job filling back post, stepping away and getting his hands free. And it's in and out. His second goal of the game. And again, as I mentioned earlier, he does not possess the ball very long.
Speed dodge right to the cage. Score! With multiple flags down, Emmett converts without his lid.
Parker Emmett with the kamikaze take to the cage.
This will be under review for head-neck contact when we return. Chris Kavanaugh against Max Neeson. Chris Kavanaugh gets away from the pressure. Faison off the roll dodge. Double team waiting for him. Not able to split it. Shot clock violation against Notre Dame. That was the plan all along. Richmond, feed down low. Slam dunk, score! Amos Whitcomb.
It all starts here too, right? You're gonna get a skip pass to Richmond. And it actually looks like he's about to take a shot and then gets the sticks to come down from the Notre Dame defense and throws it down to Whitcomb, who gets the third on the board for the Great Danes.
Famous Amos didn't have a point against Sacred Heart in the opening round. He's got tallies in 3 of his last 5 contests. Doherty sharing it with Hogg. From the wing, this buzz bomb hits pay dirt. Danny Kesselring ties it up at 4.
Notre Dame gets another man-up possession and just simple ball movement. And Kesselring rings the post to knot this game at 4. And they are still man up.
See stardom in this tournament before it's done. Same for the cherished past tournament memories of Paul Carcaterra and Charlotte North. Dobson from the angle. No problems for Landon Whitney.
Man up, like all the little execution things you need to make.
Pfeiffer sent it wide. Reload for the Great Danes. Richmond had his pocket picked there by Conlon. Conlon, though, flexed it right back, and Richmond says, thank you, let's chill. Pfeiffer inverted against Buckner. Pfeiffer, snapshot, rejected there by Entenmann.
The belief that they can make what would be the greatest upset in college lacrosse history.
Hogg fires. Entenmann shuffled over neatly and took that one off of his chest protector. Pfeiffer, roll dodge, looking to the interior. 10 seconds left. Nice pass inside. Score! Ryan Doherty.
Right here, you're going to see the behind-the-back pass to Doherty, Silas Richmond. I mean, the accuracy of that pass, unbelievable. His eyes are up rather than change hands, which takes more time. Flips the picture perfect backdoor cut.
So often he likes that contact to create his next move. Faison. Skipping on through on one hop. Chris Kavanaugh. Bad angle. Stopped by Whitney. Rebound down. Landon comes racing out of the cage. He's got it for the Great Danes. He gets run over. Off this wild scramble, it's another 6-on-6 for the Irish. Pat Cavanaugh coolly away from 88's advances in the purple. To brother Chris. Against Neeson. Fires, he scores!
And let's just look at this release on the run. Low to high, far post. Just absolutely filthy individual effort.
Matt, you shot up a storm when you were playing collegiately. How strong do you have to be to do that? Strong in the wrists.
Yeah, look, there's very few people on the run that can change planes low to high.
From the angle, swing it back behind. Score on the wrap! Buzenkell would not be denied.
The belief that they have, and again here it's the switch and Cavanaugh gets it to the X. Buzenkell comes around to his offhand. And let's look at this release to the far post.
Short stick defensive midfielder there, 32 in the purple. Luke Grove just couldn't get there. McLean there to help out. Streaking across the midline. Notre Dame on top by 1. McLean going to the goal. He scores!
Right here, gets to the sideline. LaPietro, couple pushes in the back, and then there's the separation in the burst. And I think he surprised Whitney by how early he released that shot near post. I think Whitney thought he was going to take a couple extra steps. The nice composure in the finish. Notre Dame on a run. 3 straight goals.
Harris brings it along. Trail check there. Caught from surprise by Wimmer. Redodge. That pass crossed up his target. Gets away from Whitcomb. Napolitano will run for the Irish. Feed it. Down low, wide open. Pat Cavanaugh. He scores!
The Fighting Irish finding their momentum here in the third quarter. From defense to offense. Pat Cavanaugh left wide open on the doorstep. Down 5-4 at half. The Fighting Irish now leading 8-5.
Pfeiffer on the move. Way out there to challenge. Quickly there was Bergmaster. This is Graydon Hogg. Some shake against Parlett. Gets inside. He scores!
Albany has had their best opportunities dodging the short sticks. Just fearless to the center of the cage. Hogg does a nice job, takes the punishment from Ben Ramsey, number 24, but gets a critical goal for this Great Danes team.
Notre Dame will slow tempo here. Chris Cavanaugh, a long way from the cooker. Peeking in against LaPietro. Snapshot, a whistler from McLean that's fought off. Holding high-powered Notre Dame to half its per-game average to this point. Nice look inside. Taylor on the finish.
Driving to his left hand, which isn't his strong hand. Finds Taylor cutting. And again, let's look at the subtle deception of Taylor inside. Right here, he drops his head. He lowers his head and shoots to the top portion of the cage. He gets Whitney dropping his hands. And we're going to see it right here. Look at this little head motion, right? He's looking down to the ground. Buries at the top portion of the cage. Gets the 5th goal of the quarter for the Fighting Irish.
Getting to the inside, the top point producer for the Great Danes. Off the flip to Hogg. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Hogg wants his left there. Great defense from the Irish. Final possession of the quarter belongs to Notre Dame if they choose. Finley around the pick set by Chris Cavanaugh. Chris Cavanaugh turns, scoops, shut down there. The netminder off of his line. Landon Whitney with another stop. 2 seconds to play. This will be fired to the interior. Sam Stratton showing his physical presence as we have played 3, putting the game back in their favor. Dobson on the wing. This drive was another rip from Faison that stings the corner.
And found space. This time, Faison just unloading. Overhand high-to-high heat. Near side.
Faison on the go, wants to get downhill. Wide open look. Chris Kavanaugh off the hitch. Well stopped there on the outside by Landon Whitney. Whitney showed up at a prospects camp a couple of years in advance of signing on with the Great Danes. Greatly impressed Scott Marr and the coaching staff with his communication skills. This is a howitzer from McLean.
Starts in the riding game right here again. I think Albany, tough time seeing the ball here, loses it in the sun. Right, we're gonna see that pass. Just can't get possession, and then when it's a 50-50 ground ball, you're not gonna outwork the Kavanaugh brothers. Chris Kavanaugh gets that extra possession, and then Dobson initiates with his offhand right hand, throws it to McLean. His fourth of the game, third.
Angrick over the top, split save Whitney, snapped out of the air by Galko. Galko again attacked there on the ride. It's going to cost Chris Kavanaugh a trip to the sin bin. Circle it up, get it started with Hogg. Richmond is straight away. Change the formation. Richmond off the hitch. Feeds and finds Palum with a rocket to the top shelf.
A nice job right here again. Silas Richmond draws the weight of the Notre Dame defense to the far post. Throws the pass over to Palum, who just puts it to the absolute perfect part of the cage. Liam Entenmann, nothing he can do on this one. Look, off hip side.
Chris Kavanaugh jams on the brakes. Max Neeson doing the job defensively at that end, 44 in the purple. The feed inside, behind the back! Trickery from Taylor for the hat trick.
Right, here comes that pick, and now he's got a matchup against a short stick, and he knows now that he can be a patient feeder, right? Because the defenseman does not have the reach to engage his hands, and then you feed Taylor on the inside. No one better in the country when he gets the ball in a dangerous spot. And let's look at the accuracy.
Chris Kavanaugh on the go. This bouncer to the roof. Pat Kavanaugh hits pay dirt. Notre Dame making a fourth quarter kick.
Just a nice job here. Steps up the field. Albany doesn't do a great job identifying him as unguarded, and then the nice high to low. Not his normal release. He's usually shooting the ball to the high portion of the cage, and he gets Whitney guessing.
It's LaPietro's dad that blasts out the Dane train horn at their home games. Angrick on the move, had that one snared by Whitney. Whitney fumbled it out of his cross, then he gets held. Alex Pfeiffer's been held in check for the most part, coming off a 4+2 performance against Sacred Heart in the opening round. Silas Richmond fires and scores.
One of the most fun players to watch in the country. The sophomore just uses his body. Right, drops that shoulder.
Pacino on the job defensively. And doesn't he have an awful lot of responsibilities? Turn off the question mark, Pat Kavanaugh.
And so right there, Kavanaugh fakes the pick. And then the question mark. The step in, no step out, hands free. Slips it by Whitney and Cage near side. But it's that extra step away from Pacino that gets his hands free, and he can get enough torque and enough power.
Two of those in the past, 2014-15. Incredible NCAA tournament games. Move this off a set piece, and it's a rocket. A drive from Ryan Doherty, keeping Albany in it.
Amazing ball movement and spacing. Whitcomb with the assist. But Pfeiffer initiates that offense and a couple quick passes.
Richmond has it in his cross, a pass that's low. Ben Wimmer chasing it down. Harris right there with him. Great effort by Harris, forces the turnover. Richmond off the hitch, fakes the flip. Behind the back pass to the inside. Jackson Palem not able to flick that one on. Liam Entenmann playing his final game at Arlada. Same for Pat Cavanaugh, same for Eric Dobson. Time soon to expire. And number one moves on to the quarterfinals. Notre Dame a winner, 14-9.
A game that was closer than the score. A first half that Notre Dame didn't bring their best product to the field, and they met a Great Dane team that was playing hard with confidence. But ultimately, the Cavanaugh brothers proved to be too much on the offensive end, and Will Lynch winning faceoff after faceoff after faceoff. Just too much to withstand on the defensive end for the Great Danes.